I love talking about my husband. I talk about him all the time. I mean, I don't let my grandchildren forget it. You know, I talk about him, say all funny things Grandad used to do, and, you know, I talk about him all the time. And I find that's a help to me. I don't like it if people try to change the subject away from him.
I think crying for me is really important, just because you hold it all in and you need to let it out, and crying is such a therapeutic release.
Exercising and being outside has helped. And the night of hearing the news, so that first night, had such a strange night's sleep, and I got up at 5 and went for a walk, and it was such a weird thing to do, but I just needed to be moving. And I think you've got all this adrenaline and you've got all these kind of feelings that you're processing, and sometimes your body needs to move because your mind's moving so fast. Actually just lying there thinking about it doesn't feel good. So exercising has been really good.
I instantly sat down and said to myself, you need to do things that you enjoy. Okay, hence the reason why I went back to the gym. I thought, well, then you need to keep fit and you need to concentrate on your hobbies, which sounds a bit, I don't know, clinical, if you like. But my outlook was, right, okay, you need to now concentrate on who you are and what you're about. It's not dismissive in any way, because this is way after, this is sort of, you know, way down the line. It's a way of self-preservation, of acknowledging again who you are and what you enjoy in life and what you like to, and the best way to sort of take yourself away from all the hateful emotions is to concentrate on doing things that you enjoy. That obviously you're not gonna have a party, but it's gonna lift you in some way, shape or form. And that was what I did. You know, I started going to the gym, I started doing things. I took up Spanish, you know, I started doing things that I thought made me the person who I was, because obviously, you know, after such a long relationship, and, you know, you sort of become one. Sort of then move on from that, yeah. So yeah, I took myself and tried to do things that I thought I enjoyed in life.
I know that what works for some people doesn't work for other people, and you have to be okay with that as well. So sometimes there's a big, really fun celebration of her life happening, and you don't feel in a celebratory mood, and actually you don't want to go and be happy and have a drink and raise a glass to her, because you're just feeling really sad that she's not here and angry. And I think at those times you are well within your rights, and probably better for everybody if you do what's right for you and you don't go to the big event and try and force yourself into a mindset that you're not in at that time, because everyone's going to be dealing with it at their own pace. And that's something that her family have been really vocal about as well, wanting everyone to be able to deal with what's happened in their own way.
One of the worst things is that have a drink. You know, I mean, everyone does. You go and have a drink and you try and let the emotions out. Not a good idea. You're best facing up to the emotions without the drink first, and then once you've dealt with it, then you have a drink. Yeah, by all means. Some people turn to it as a crutch straight away, which most of us do. You know, but no, it just takes you down the road that you don't really need to go down.
The other thing I found useful for me was to keep social contact with people, because I'm a very social person. I didn't want to, obviously it happens by itself anyway, where people are busy with their own lives, their own families, things, you know, just life keeps going on for lots of people. For you, kind of slows down. But it's important to stay in touch with people, and I think it's quite easy to cut yourself off because people don't get it. People want to be there for you, but no one's going to be able to replace the loss in your life. No one's going to be able to fill that void. But I think if you can, is to try and keep those lines of communication or keep those relationships there. Don't burn all your bridges, because I think grief, as I said before, grief changes. In a couple of years, you might feel like you want to go out and meet people or do things, and be open to that, I think, as well. I think that's really helpful. That was really helpful for me anyway.
Well, I like looking at photos. I did a photo album of my mum, got a lot of photos of her on her own and put it in a special album, so when I missed her I could go look at all the photos in the book. My dad had taped her singing a song, and we had it on tape, so I played that a lot. It made me upset, but I would cry, but it also meant then when I'd finished I felt better. I felt as though I'd had a connection back with her.
I actually when Nick died, I actually made a list of people who I could go to who'd be good for like technical jobs that I couldn't do, or could be good with like handiwork, or who could be helpful in terms of play dates. And that was really useful. You could, make a list and stick it on your fridge, like, this is what I need. Can you help me with these things? I actually have a list that says man jobs on my fridge. And I think about who can help me with this, or who am I seeing, which man am I seeing soon that can help me with X, Y, Z?
I went to see a Chemtrail Overgate Hospice, and she was amazing. She was just brilliant. And she just said, just tell me how you feel. And it doesn't matter whether you're angry or cross, or, you just say how you feel. And I did. And she was the only person really that I let everything out to. And she helped me amazingly.